Hey Eagles, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, well, if you've seen my other videos and you're into aviation stuff and occasionally some tech and car stuff, or if you've seen the other videos and you're just into this vibe, please consider subscribing to my channel. Alright, as you saw from the title of this video, this is the easiest way to earn miles, airplane miles from South Africa. I'm on the quest to become the go-to aviation blogger slash influencer slash traveler slash, I don't know what they call it these days, but definitely African aviation blogger. I'm on the quest to become the best at that. And the only way to do that is if you're actually traveling the world and flying and doing aviation stuff. So how do you get to fly and do aviation stuff on a budget like mine? As you've seen with all these other big aviation vloggers from overseas, Europe, America, you name it, they use miles. They pay for their flights, and when they fly, they earn miles. So in Africa, it's not that easy because we don't have as much access to a lot of credit cards that give you airline miles and so forth and so forth. So I went to research so I can bring that information to you, and you guys can join me on the journey to accumulating miles and flying as well. And maybe you too could try it whilst I'm trying it too. Number one, I would not advise you to get credit, especially seeing as we are in Africa. Credit is easy to get, but maintaining it, that's the hard part. So thank God South African Airways and Nedbank have decided to make it easier to earn Voyager miles with a check card. That's right, no credit needed, no credit needed at all. How this works basically is you get a check card. It's an American Express card. You can either get the gold or the platinum. Why am I selling this thing like it's an advert? This is not an advert. Okay, let's start again. All the banks have reward programs. FNB has their own reward program called eBucks. eBucks gets you you can accumulate eBucks and you can get some flight discounts using eBucks, but that doesn't get you miles. So eBucks out of the picture. Then there's Absa Rewards. Absa Rewards gets you discount on Emirates and Etihad, and you can redeem the miles on British Airways by converting your rewards to Avios. I don't know if you can use Avios on other one world carriers. I really don't know. Then you have Standard Bank. Standard Bank gives you U-Count rewards. Now, this is a sweet spot. Being in South Africa or Africa, the two biggest African carriers, South African Airways and Ethiopian Airlines, are members of Star Alliance. It's a sweet spot with U-Count rewards because you can earn your U-Count rewards and you can convert them to SAA Voyager miles. Now, Voyager miles can be used on any Star Alliance partner. Star Alliance is the biggest airline alliance in the world, mind you. And it will be easier to get flights because there's a lot of Star Alliance partners which are flying into Africa. And the two biggest African airlines are Star Alliance members. So it's easier to collect miles and it's easier to redeem. It will be easier to redeem the Star Alliance miles. That's sweet spot number one, U-Count rewards. Now, the cream of the crop. From my research, this is not an advert, this is my personal views, remember? So the cream of the crop is Nedbank and SAA Voyager. They're in the same WhatsApp group, they're working together. So anybody who has a Nedbank check account, can now earn Voyager miles by simply swiping a card. It's not any Nedbank card. South African Airways, American Express and Nedbank have launched the world first. It's the Voyager check card. Guys, you don't need credit to collect the miles. And the nice thing is, the way you collect the miles on the check card is exactly the same way you collect the miles on the credit card. The only difference is that now the amount of miles you're getting is based on how much money you actually have. But I prefer that than getting credit to fly and you still have to pay back that credit to get miles. So I am personally on a journey to clear off all my debts this year. So for me, that was like a moment with Nedbank and SAA Voyager. What happens is you have a choice of two cards. You have a gold card, the card that I have. Here it is right here. Let me show you. There it is. Is it going to? Yes. That's it. you have a gold card, and then you have a premium card that's black. These cards are going to cost you 60 Rand a month, and all you have to do is have a Nedbank check account. It can even be a pay-as-you-use account, and maybe you're using another bank such as FNB or Standard Bank or whatever. You can just get a pay-as-you-use account and move all your spend, like the money that you usually swipe, move it to your Nedbank account, and then you can earn the miles. So the benefits. Got this like fancy paper here that came with my card that I'm going to read for you guys because I didn't memorize all this information. So let us see. Dear Sandy Songwenya, nothing earns you SAA Voyager miles faster. No, blah blah blah. We're pleased to okay, benefits. Here you go. Now, earn your Voyager miles. Get SAA Voyager miles at a faster rate on your everyday shopping. So you earn 1 Voyager mile for every 6.50 Rand eligible spend on your American Express check card. On the premium card, it's for every 6 Rand. Earn 10,000 bonus miles on your first SAA ticket purchase, which is awarded on condition of travel. So use your card if you're flying somewhere and purchase an SAA ticket. Boom, 10,000 miles plus the miles you're going to get for purchasing that ticket. Earn double miles for all eligible spend in the first month your account has been open. So this first month that I'm using this card, I'm getting double miles. And then earn 15,000 bonus miles when reaching the spending threshold of 320,000. So if you swipe 220,000 on your card by the end of the year, you're going to get 15,000 bonus miles. Now, this is where, okay, you also earn miles when you stay at hotel partners such as Radisson, Marriott International, Best Western, Hilton, and many more. You also earn miles when you book a car with Avis. There's a lot of partners that SAA Voyager has. I'll put the website in the description so you can go and check all of that out. What I'm going to do, because I need to do a lot of flight reviews as well, I'm going to be using this card every month for my daily spend. And every time I'm going to fly, for the first year, so that I can, for this year 2020, I'm going to fly Mango, I'll fly SAA as much as possible, and I'll see if I ever actually take an international trip this year. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. I will fly Star Alliance, but my big goal is to fly Singapore Airlines at the end of the year in business class with an upgraded ticket thanks to Voyager miles. Now, this is what you need to know with this. You don't get miles for cash withdrawals, casino chip purchases, fuel purchases, finance or other card charges, fees and taxes, purchases of travelers' checks, garage card transactions, budget account installments and interest, insurance premiums, and internet transfers of payments. That's EFTs. Not if you pay with your card as in credit card, but if you do an EFT on the internet and you don't use your card to pay on the internet, you are not going to get those. You are not going to get those miles. I hope I'm making sense. I'm going to edit this, and I really hope I'm making sense. So the biggest benefit of Voyager is that you can use these miles on any Star Alliance flight or member, and Star Alliance is the biggest airline alliance. And flying out of South Africa, it's very easy to get to another Star Alliance hub because, like I said, there's Ethiopian Airlines, there's South African Airways, so it's very easy to get to a hub. Yeah, Star Alliance. With that said, this is the beginning of my journey to becoming the best, the premier, or the biggest, or the main African aviation blogger, and it's all starting with this card. I'm not going to get any credit cards. I know in America you can get like 6, 18, 20 depending on your credit score, credit cards to keep on racking up the miles, but I'm going to see how far I'll get in 1 year by just using this card. I'm not going to upgrade or get the premium one. I'm going to stick to this. It's 60 Rand a month, additional to the fees that you pay for your account. It's just 60 Rand a month, and you can earn the miles. So my first trip after purchasing this, using this card, I will share with you guys, and I hope this video was informative and that it made sense. I'm going to edit it and try to make it, But in any case, if you enjoyed this, and if you're looking to try and earn some miles or fly for cheaper, and also seeing how you can get cheap air tickets in South Africa, please do subscribe, because this is just video number 1 on earning miles. I'm still going to do a series of finding the cheapest ticket in South Africa. I'm also going to pit the low-cost carriers against each other. I will fly all of them through the course of the year, and I'm going to be sharing all of that with you guys. So thank you for tuning in, Eagles. See you with another video soon. Please consider subscribing and become an eagle. An eagle.